And,
Yay! You did it.
And right while Mandy's giggling, that's what I was shooting for. Hey, chat. Everybody, thanks for showing up. Mandy and Pete, I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for coming. Everybody in the chat, thanks for showing up. I'm going to talk a little Jack the Ripper tonight. This campaign has blown up. I am jealous. Super jealous, but like I was saying to Pete just a little bit earlier, this style fits him so well. I'm so stoked about this book. I think everybody is pretty excited about it. So congratulations on the awesome launch, you guys. You guys definitely deserve it.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll go through the chat real here quick to see everybody who's in here. Gaming or what?
No, you got to do it the right way. You got to be like gaming or what?
Okay. Just let me know. You are the pro, so just let me know when I'm doing something wrong, man.
Okay, yeah.
Since my wife's not in the room with me, I'll slip it over to you.
Say it literally, gaming
or what?
Yeah, you got to add that too.
Yeah, I got you. Matt G in the house. Thanks for showing up. Assassin's Guild and President Walt. Thanks for coming. Abomination Grizzly, nice for thanks for showing up. And
did you get him a prize for being first?
I don't have prizes yet.
You don't have.
I gotta work on my game show stuff. Christine the Killer Car.
Hey, Christine.
Just wanted to congratulate you on how good your book is doing, as everybody does. I think everybody's super stoked for you guys. This is some dude I've never heard of before. I think some homeless guy just drifted in.
It happens.
Wyatt Holiday in the house. Thanks for coming, Wyatt. Thanks everybody for showing up in the chat. Appreciate it. So yeah, I want to talk Jack the Ripper with you guys. I was so stoked to see how this opening weekend went for you guys. You guys really kind of blew it up here. I spoke briefly with Pete about kind of, the original idea. I think the concept is so awesome.
It is.
Yeah, if you guys want to dive into that a little bit.
Pete, do you want to start? Because you know the history. So if you want to, you're the historian. He is.
Well, I love you. Give the vibe out of that historical, kind of 1800s British, that kind of era.
I ordered a top hat on Amazon today, so we're all good. We'll be good in a couple of days.
Oh, do we have a rabbit to put in it? We gotta get you a fake rabbit.
Remind me after the show, and I will add a rabbit to the order.
I can visualize who was on Rocky and Bullwinkle, and there would be the evil magician with the rabbit. I can't. It'll have to
be the rabbit from Monty Python, from the Holy Grail. The one with the sharp teeth.
Run away!
There be the BC. What, behind the rabbit?
Even Tim the Wizard couldn't handle that rabbit.
No, that rabbit butchered everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was always bloody. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. Yeah, I remember the rabbit was bloody.
That is such a good movie.
If you can still watch it, unless it's been edited.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that nobody.
Did they edit that?
Now.
Oh, well, I was about to say.
They wanted to screw with the life of Brian.
No, they can't, because he's Biggest Dickus. Don't mess with Biggest Dickus. He's great.
Netflix are coming down on hard on anything religious. They don't like it anymore.
Netflix is pervy.
All these media giants are like editing and everything. They're taking everything out, anything fun, anything kind of Big Brother exists, and it's the media giants.
It's not just that. I mean, I'm not religious. I'm not a religious person, but even I was slightly offended when I found out that Amazon now class, all the religious movies, all like Noah and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's all under sci-fi now.
Yeah, no, Noah's. I have a hard time considering Noah a religious movie.
A legit thing that happened. Hey, that one with
there were like rock giants that like looked like they should have been a Marvel Avengers movie.
Oh, the Russell Crowe movie. That's crazy.
The Russell Crowe one is like
it's like Lord of the Rings meets.
I would have loved to have sat in the Hollywood executive meetings on that. Okay, we've got Hermione. We got the guy from Gladiator. This is going to be a super boring movie. How can we spice it up? We'll have big giant rock creature.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't watch that now.
I like it. I think it's awesome. I think there's a weird fight with some kind of like undead spirit monster at the end. It's weird.
My sister went and watched it, and she came back from the theater and was raising hell. Like, this is bullshit. She's really religious, like really religious. And yeah, that movie pissed her off.
I had like super religious people I would think are offended by that movie.
Yeah, it made her really, really, really bad. I didn't even watch it.
Noah turns into an evil dick at the end because his daughter's going to give birth, and that would mean there's too many people on the boat. It's like because there's only supposed to be so many.
Who decides that one more baby's like 10 minutes?
God
tells Noah. So Noah decides he's going to like just butcher the baby. It's like, what? What's going on? And then the devil hides in the back of the fucking boat because Noah's son lets him in. It's like, what's happening? I don't remember this.
The devil becomes like a vampire, and he was invited in, so now he can go in there.
Some weird shit. Weird shit going on.
And the weird thing was he sparkled too, so it was.
No, he didn't. Yeah. No, he didn't. You were lying. You are bullshitting me. He is not.
The devil's down there, and devil's down there in the bottom of the boat, just eating the animals. You know, he's just like buttering the animals, drinking the blood. Which is why there's no unicorns anymore, because it's like a dead unicorn on the floor. Bang.
You're messing with me.
No, you'll have to watch it, Mandy.
That did not happen.
It did. I kid you not. You watch it.
You're so fucking with me. That is not true.
No, it's on Amazon Prime. It's on Netflix. You can go and watch it for free. Go watch it.
I ain't got time.
You need to see it. You need to see it.
That movie is so bad that you don't know which parts of it are bullshit or not, because literally some of that is true and some of it isn't.
I'm not watching.
The unicorn thing's true.
It's a god awful movie.
God, that sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
So Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
No unicorns. No massive.
No unicorns in this one.
No. It's okay. So right, I'll tell the story. I'll tell how it happened. So I always wanted to do like because I dig like rights, and so I always wanted to do something like Frankenstein. Something that I could draw and put a ton of detail into it and, make it awesome. But obviously you can't do Frankenstein because no one can ever do that again. Because he ruined that for everyone. No comics artist can ever do Frankenstein again. So I was kind of looking for stuff to do, and like other people were doing Dracula, like Clint Stoker's doing Dracula, isn't he? And Narwhal's doing like Nosferatu. And
okay.
So I was always into a thing that happened in the 70s and 80s over here was the Highgate vampire at Highgate Cemetery in London. It was on the news, in the newspapers, all over the place. People went down there hunting for him. So I thought, right, Highgate vampire, we'll do that. So researching Highgate, I found out about this woman, Elizabeth Jackson, who was the first person to be buried at Highgate Cemetery. So trying to find out more about her, I found out there was a Ripper victim, Jack the Ripper victim, like 50 years later, called Elizabeth Jackson. So I'm like, right, she died in 1850, and then she died again in 1889.
Curious.
She must have been a vampire. I mean, obviously it's not the same woman, but screw it, it's a good story. That's how it happened.
Absolutely.
That's real. And I'll have no one tell me it's not. No London experts telling me.
And and the thing is like when you can base some of the stories on like curious, realistic things like that are like
tons of stuff surrounding Jack the Ripper that's just weird and just a little bit off, and
it makes
a bunch of theories that could be right, that sound,
it makes for so much better a story.
There's theories that are ridiculous. Like one of the theories is that Hitler was Jack the Ripper. He'd have been 5 years old, but
the sequel. There's the sequel,
and another one that have you heard of a guy called H.H. Holmes? He's the
Sherlock
guy
Holmes.
No, an American guy built a big hotel that was basically a giant trap to kill people.
Oh, that guy I've heard of. Like, yeah.
So
What?
that's another theory.
He's one of the first. Like, he's one of the first thought of serial killers.
Same time as Jack the Ripper, kind of.
Yeah. In the 1800s in America. Yeah, he created this big building.
They say that when he disappeared, that's where he went. He came to London and started up again.
That's tied together.
Yeah. But yeah, the Murder Hotel. Look that one up, Mandy. It's fun.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm going to.
No, definitely, that one's a good one. I've read that one too, and it's like
you'd think that while the guys were building it, they'd be like, "Why is there just trap door here? And why is there two huge secret room lined with fucking tiles?"
I'm sure construction guys are the same back then as they are now. It's like, does the check cash? Let's go.
Yeah, they don't give a shit as long as they get paid on Friday. They could care less what they're building.
Like, I'm not going to stay here, but whoever else is screwed.
Yeah, have at it, guys.
And I mean, they didn't call it Murder Hotel in the front, so it's like you didn't know.
Well, yeah.
What state was it in? Was it like New York or California?
New York, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was New York because I mean,
it's still there. It's still there. The hotel is, but obviously it's not.
Is it the Chelsea Hotel? Is that the one it is?
That could be it. That could be it.
Because that's the one that all those people come up missing and all those. That's
the one where that woman was found in the.
Yes,
water.
And then Sid Vicious, not Sid Vicious, but Nancy. That's where she died too. There's been a few.
I don't think it's just the same one, but it's there still. The hotel's still
there.
It'd
be crazy if it was, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't.
If it was,
I don't think it was the same, but yeah, it's been a while since I've read it, so who knows?
It'd make an awesome haunted house for Halloween. They could charge a fortune to get into there.
I would go.
You might not come back out.
Sleep in a room by yourself, and then just.
I would do that. I would do that.
In the morning, you wake up dead.
You'd have to pay me to do it, but I would do that. I'd sleep in a haunted house for money.
Imagine how many ghosts and stuff are in there.
Oh yeah, that place.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Could be like some entity type shit.
Well, and you would think some of the ghost hunter people would have checked out. I'm wondering if it isn't torn down because you would think the ghost hunter people would be all over the Murder Hotel.
Yeah,
you would think
because that's got to be crawling with ghosts if you're gonna.
There'd be a lot of work to do inside to make it not so murdery.
Didn't some of those ghost hunters go into a house and start pissing themselves? Or was that South Park? It may have been South Park, but I swear those ghost hunters went into a house to look, right? And they're like, "Oh, the spirit's in me, and I'm feeling really warm." And the other one was pissing himself, and the other guy looked, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, it's in me too now." And then they're both just standing there with piss pants.
That sounds more like South Park.
I don't know. I think it's real. You can't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't South Park. And
I would just expect the ghost hunters to be a little bit more brave when they're ghost hunting, but they always get super scared. What was that? It's like, you're a ghost hunter. It might have been a ghost, but maybe you have some stones. Like, don't get freaked out on every little noise. It's like
doesn't look so good on the video, does it? Though, if they're all like, what was that? Fuck it, it's all house.
You're watching.
That's true.
This is me being a ghost hunter. What was that? So just calm down. It might have been a ghost. It might have just been a board squeaking.
It could have been. Oh my God, Chubb's like, so are we promoting a comic?
What? You're not interested in what we're talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you guys.
Look, y'all, show it the comic. And
just get your goddamn comic book out here and shut the fuck up.
Promoting our next book, Piss Pants the Ghost Hunter.
Piss Pants the Ghost Hunter. I could draw that.
I think that would be amazing. I could write you up something really good. Do that.
Piss Pants the Ghost Hunter, and all the ghosts are like hot chicks with massive tits.
Oh yeah, well, I can draw other things than massive tits. I mean,
but that's what you like drawing,
not much else, but
that's what you like to draw.
I'm worried. I'm worried that I'm getting pigeonholed.
Well, it's your own fault.
It is. That's like Polton pointed it out to me. He's like, "You're going to be like the hot chick porn comic guy," and I'm like, "I don't want to be that." I'm like, I might have kind of done it to myself already.
It's like Mandy,
it might be too late.
This goddamn dinosaur book. It's like
it's good, Peter.
I swear, if that's the most popular thing we do, I am just going to end it.
Are you guys going to draw? Are you drawing a comic book version?
Yeah, I've got like.
I haven't heard of this yet. Breaking news.
Yep, Hardcore Pornosaur is going to be a comic.
As well, it should be.
It should be. It should be. Yeah. This is a masterpiece.
Let me draw a variant cover.
Do it. Yeah, you can draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
I can draw dinosaurs, and apparently I can draw big tits. So
do it. Do it.
It has all of those. It has all of the above in there. The main character is so fucking stupid. I laugh every time I read it because I really wrote her to be an idiot.
It's got the mailing seal of approval. Mailing's really excited for it.
He's excited
about the hardcore Pornosaur.
Yeah, he thinks this is a winner. So,
I think it is too. When you told me the idea and that it was just like a book on Amazon, I was like, missed opportunity. Like the visuals wise, I think as a comic that would do well.
Ethan
I wrote it as a joke, like literally.
Those are usually the best ones.
It was a joke. It was like, all right, I'm gonna write up the stupidest shit I can. If y'all want to read it, go check it out.
I swear, it's getting the right name for something like Hardcore Pornosaur. Awesome title.
It's a ring. It has a ring to it. Hardcore Pornosaur.
That translates to this. So Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. It sounds on the name. It
rhymes. Perfect. Ghost Hunters comic, awesome. See, this is how the best ideas happen. Usually, you're just not thinking about anything, or completely drunk. One of those two things, or both at the same time.
Have we been drinking tonight, Clint?
Ooh.
Drink? Never. I don't drink.
Pete, since you started talking to me, you now keep a bottle of liquor beside your desk.
This is 90% cranberry juice. Ooh, sapphire. I saw sapphire.
Yeah, some sapphire, some vodka.
Just a splash of sapphire in here. 90% cranberry juice for the antioxidants.
I like a bit of sapphire. I like a little bit of Grey Goose, you know. You
and I think great minds think alike, Pete.
Grey Goose is good.
And then, just to warm the cockles, a little bit of Fireball.
I got me a lemonade slushy with cherry flavoring added into it.
Which from Sonic? See, we don't have Sonics here, and they look.
How do you not have Sonics?
I love it because I live in
Sonic.
I'm northern Minnesota. I'm lucky I have electricity.
That's true. That's true. Do you live near like Fargo? I don't know.
No, I'm about 4 hours away from no, actually 8 hours away from Fargo.
Because you don't talk like them.
No, I don't talk like that whole accent thing. It was not real.
No?
No, it's a different part of the state. Like I don't know. Like usually when people hear me talk, they say I sound more Canadian than anything. So I'm about 8 hours from Fargo, but I'm only about 3 hours from Canada. So
nice.
It's not
I've
really
I've never been to Canada. I want to go. I want to go and have pancakes. The chat is angry at you because you're covering up my tits.
Oh,
you got Wyatt
covering my tits. How do I get rid of Wyatt?
You click on something else and then click again. Like click on anything. There you go. Now click again. There you go.
Okay. There. Well, can't I move you up too?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. There you go. There you
go. Here, let's
better view from you get a better view and I get a better view.
Yes.
No, that's not what I want.
Oh no, he's playing with buttons now.
Uh-oh.
But I don't
see, I've got an idea for
there we go.
Oh no, I hate that.
You got us in the weird one. You got us in the long.
It's so awkward. It's very
awkward.
Very vertical.
It is.
Playing with buttons. But look at Mandy in the middle there. This actually, this would probably sell some comics too.
We made a sandwich.
Oh, that's not right either.
Did that.
That's worse.
Now you
not getting better.
Back to normal. I've had an idea as well. Hardcore Pornosaur. Mandy.
Just in case anybody thinks I know what I'm doing here.
Mandy needs to write the second book for Hardcore Pornosaur, and then when we do the campaign, I draw the first book, you draw the second book.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Take Comicsgate by storm. With
this all the more I can do with you guys, the better. I'm all for it. Like this has been a fun ride. I'm so glad I ran into you guys like kind of right away when I kind of showed up in Comicsgate because I had no clue what was going on. I knew Mark, and that was about it. And I landed on you guys' show, so that worked out. That has worked out quite well.
Right. Mark's awesome, though.
Oh yeah,
he is.
You know what? Should I scroll through some of the?
Show off this badass art.
I'm just we're real good at actually ignoring the campaign. Hey, did you hand draw this border, Pete?
Yeah.
You're nuts.
I had this discussion with Art Too Bad the other day.
Yeah, I saw you talking about it, and I'm like, he did not. That is crazy.
He was talking to me afterwards. He was like, no, it's just a thing off Google, isn't it? It's like, no, dude, I sat and drew that motherfucker.
But you could have found something like that.
I could have done. Well, I did. I looked on Google first just to get the style right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was going to, and I thought, no, because you know what people are like.
Oh,
they'd be like, no. Use one thing that's from somewhere else, and you're like,
no. Yeah, and you know what? I don't care anymore. If people want to accuse me of stealing stuff, they can go right ahead. I don't give a shit. I'm doing whatever gets the book done the fastest. Right. There's so much work involved in putting these comics together. So, I'll take some corners when I have to, and that would have been a corner I would have taken. I love every bit of this cover. I love the colors. I love the vampire face. I love the layout. That covers the bomb there. I love everything. And you're doing the colors yourself, Pete?
Yeah. I mean, it's only the cover.
You're doing the kind of the black and white with gray tones, and flashes of red in there, I think.
Was going to, but
looking at if it'll work out.
Yeah, but Pete believes it kind of cheapens it a little bit because of how easy it is to splat some blood on there.
Well,
so he wanted to really, really high detail, and he's drawing it so well you can tell it's blood without it. Yeah. So we're just gonna run it like that. So there's no color on the inside, minus the tones,
Yeah. And was this the opening weekend variant cover?
It was, yes.
Yeah, that seemed pretty popular. That seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, that's the only image that you can tell there's something about Jack that you won't pick up on the black and whites.
And then this is nuts.
There's something about his eyes.
This is awesome. This is so awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous, man. It's like you're stepping into one of the old movies, like one of the old classic black and white movies.
Yeah,
the mood and the feel you've got going on here, I love every bit of it.
Trying to think how to open it, and it was just going to open from there, from the horse and stuff being passed. But so I thought you've got to have if it was a movie, you'd have a panning shot of the city of London from above.
Well, and you've got such great fluid movement. I mean, literally, it looks like you're inside the movie with these pages, with these panels.
Although somebody did say, why is she having a dance fight with a horse?
I remember that.
That comment got ignored.
Yeah,
completely ignored.
But no, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, she's having a bad night. She's having a bad night. She gets nearly run over by a horse. She's made no money from the gentleman that evening.
It's not enough you get shit thrown on your head, but then you get a couple of douchebags in the alleyway just sitting there ready to laugh at you.
Yeah, exactly. And then it goes from bad to worse, and you get chomped.
I finally found a nice gentleman. With bad teeth.
Yeah.
Evening, sir.
Here we go.
Want a bit of fun?
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Obviously censored for Indiegogo and YouTube. YouTube will be
YouTube would have probably more of a problem than Indiegogo would.
I'm still waiting for Malin to complain about those top two panels on that page, the first two panels.
Why?
You know what he's going to say about that. Look at it. Look at the two panels. And I did it on purpose, John, just to annoy you.
The clouds aren't behind the moon. What
the way the chin goes into the neck, the line.
Oh, the tangent there.
Yeah, intentional.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. You know, I don't like tangents. Like I see what you're going for. It's almost like a zoom in.
Yeah.
It's a zoom in on the second panel, but from that same kind of. Yeah. A lot of some artists like tangents, like they cannot deal with them. I usually can deal with them when I miss them the first time around, and I'm not going to go back and change them.
Right?
Yeah, I never used to care, and then John drummed it into people's heads over 3 years. 3 years of listening to John Mayland bitching about tangents.
No, there's.
I mean, he's right. He's right in most cases. You know, it does make stuff look kind of wrong.
Yeah, and it draws the eye kind of unnaturally away from what you want it to. But I see what you're going for there, because it's that zoom in on that second panel. And again, there's just the mood you set here with the artwork.
Yeah,
I'm blown away by it.
It's all research. I mean, that priest dude who's doing the funeral there, that's the actual dude who was the Bishop of London at the time. So you went back and researched the characters and everything. Wow. Yeah.
Not fucking around on this one.
No. The cops above, there's like two of them are actual, policemen from back then, and another one is a really, really famous horror actor. But I made him look just different enough.
See, Pete was around during this time, so he met all these people.
He was reading this in the paper, and he was really interested in it.
Yeah.
And the thing is like he was middle-aged back then too.
I mean, I did say I saw about the Highgate Vampire in the newspaper and stuff as a kid.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe Pete's immortal.
The chat has kind of
they're cluing in on it. That tangent actually works.
Just a little bit. And Oliver just subbed over here. Thank you so much, hon.
Oh, see, Mandy's helping me.
I am, Oliver. Thank you so much.
Gaming or what? Artist so damn good. Oliver, yo, Walt. Thank you, Oliver. Just subbed. Appreciate it, man. And Assassin. See, we can cover Pete's face up. Nobody's bitching. I'm not getting to see that.
I need a haircut. I really need a haircut.
You don't need a haircut.
I do. It's like
I want you to grow it out so we can color it weird colors.
You want me to grow it out so you can make jokes about it?
I won't do that. I won't do it to your face.
Like you work with Mandy long enough, she just like turns you into a kind of plaything. Yeah. She just like starts controlling your life more and more.
By the way, if you look really closely at that splash page there, there's a nipple.
There is a little bit of nipple there.
Just tiny little sliver.
Just a little nip slip.
Nice.
No big deal. No big deal.
Lovely girl.
I think at one time she probably was.
Yeah.
Now she bite you. She's a biter.
There's only one thing I'm trying to decide at the moment is like, what did I watch the other day? I watched 30 Days of Night again. Like, and I'm looking at her eyes there. I'm thinking, would they be better like black, like sharp?
To try, but it's hard to create that visual black that they get in the movies with the content.
Yeah,
because you do it drawing wise, and you got to really kind of create highlights in there.
Yeah, otherwise it ends up looking like just like cartoon eyes.
Yeah, if it just goes flat, but yeah. No,
I like it with the white.
Yeah, yeah. It looks better on
it pops more.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Pops more. So stretch goals you've already blown by.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty epic.
So what's your what was 20,000 and what's coming up with 30,000? Are they listed on here?
No, we're not showing off the stuff that isn't.
No, we keep them secret until they unlock.
It's kind of obvious where we're going.
Yeah, I think people could probably figure out it's going to be another playing card with another character. Okay. But Peter also, I thought it was really cool. Something Pete did with this one is he is hand drawing all of these stretch goals. So as the stretch goal gets unlocked, the original art for the stretch goal also goes up onto the campaign. So for those that missed some of that, So if
Great idea.
if you miss some of the original art, you can still get it. We do have a tier that offers interior pages, but if you're wanting something that's not an interior page, but you're wanting original art, there will be another one unlocking. Hopefully, really, really soon when we hit 30,000, we'll be unlocking another one, and more art will be going up. And I think you guys are going to like the character from the 30K.
Nice.
I'm trying to say, it does look nice having all those sold out ones.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm trying to find some of the stuff here. Sold out.
There you go. There's still
yep. Here's an art box here.
43 pages left.
Yep.
So there is stuff available. You can jump
and
on
even there's no boring pages, but you know what I mean. A page that's like the one where in the coroner's office, like that's on the campaign. That there's no like major action going on. But
with the amount of detail that you put into all of this stuff, I don't think there's any bad pages in this book.
No, that's what I mean. But stuff that would normally be considered to be, there's no fighting, but check it out.
Well, love the t-shirt design too. Is awesome.
I know, right? He killed it with that.
And that the lettering, the main lettering across the top of the t-shirt is actually from the original Wanted poster.
Yeah, he literally copied the original Wanted poster for
Police news, ghastly murder.
Ghastly murder.
That police news thing took so long to draw. It's so detailed. But
that's crazy. You did all that by hand. That is so awesome, though. No, I love that. I love the look of that.
Someone was asking me about the stretch goal cards because obviously images flipped. And he's like, "How did you do that?" Like, I had to draw both sides of it freehand. It's He thought, maybe I drew one and then flipped it, but no, I drew both halves.
Here, let's see if I can put you full screen.
Oh, that's not full screen.
How do I put one person full screen?
Okay, click on his box, the little box in the box down at the bottom with him. Well, now you just got rid of him, not on the big box.
Mandy.
It's on the little box within the box. Do you see the little box within the box?
The green screen's screwing with it. Massively.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Why is it doing that all of a sudden?
Mine does that with the blues. If you can see my blues underneath, it mirrors it.
It's the blue
makes it
pencil,
blurry.
isn't it? It's the blue line underneath.
Yeah, if you got blue underneath.
Yeah, the blue line pencil underneath. But no, it looks awesome. I mean, you can see what the layout is of it.
Oh God.
Oh.
I'm still going to do it. I know it's not.
Now it's kind of see-through.
It's not the blue line. I think it's StreamYard or something. I don't know. Don't care. I was proving a point. I drew it all.
Oh, Matt Lovebug, he'll give me one, but I'm not even going to try to get him to do it right now because he will fuck everything up. I will talk him through how to do that after the stream.
I love my YouTube ignorance.
It's so funny.
Well, this is the thing is like, I mean, and Pete can probably vouch for this too, is like an older creator, like all this stuff came up when you were doing something else, and all of a sudden you found it after the fact, and you're like, this is what I want to be doing, but you didn't know about it because when you're like in your 20s and 30s and that stuff pops up, you're into it, but like when you're kind of a little bit past that, you miss it. So I don't know all this stuff, but I'm learning.
You got it. Hey, don't feel bad. When I started, I had no YouTube channel or nothing. I just I did it enough that I finally figured, I still fuck stuff up every time I go live. Technology hates me.
Oh yeah.
It really does.
The thing is this is where it's heading though. This is what the comic scene is going to be. This is the future of the comic book scene. It's not being like a pro at like the big two. It's being an individual creator, having an audience, doing comics is becoming part of social media. There's more and more social media people doing comics, and comics is tied into streaming because of the content. Like this is the future. Like doing this is the future of comics, not like standing in a portfolio line hoping some editor is going to give you a job on like Spider-Man or something. Like that's kind of over.
I think like the whole thing when we had the pandemic and everyone was shut down and couldn't go anywhere, I think that showed the mainstream as well, that because they were kind of laughing at us before for doing this kind of stuff. And it's like, maybe they were right. We were.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the moment they all got their pencils down notice.
Oh yeah.
And they're sitting back and they're watching Ethan make all of this money. They're watching John. They're watching Frigga come in, Shane Davis come in, and they're sitting there with their like pencil down order, like ordering cat food for dinner and shit. You know, I mean that.
I mean, you've already had people starting to do it now more. Like Sylvester, he's hopped on like to Kickstarter and he's doing his darkness stuff, and Robert Kirkman's doing, he started doing it as well, and
crowdfunding, and it's everybody's going to be like trying to get their little niche for themselves. But the thing is, a lot of these pros, they don't want to deal with the fans. They don't want to be. They don't want to be a part of the community, and it's like it's the wrong mindset. And that's kind of what I've loved about Comicsgate is you're just right in the mix with everybody. It's like hanging out with everybody and having fun.
I don't understand how they can't want it. It's so much fun getting to actually talk to people who are buying your stuff, and
well, because you're not taking a cherished IP and taking a big shit on it. You wouldn't enjoy talking to the fans if that is, if you had turned Batman into a cuck or, race swap their favorite characters. And so I think that's the difference is we're not stepping on anybody's toes. All of our IPs are just that. They are our created IPs. They're the original. So we're not messing up anything that somebody else enjoys. So I think that I wouldn't want to talk to fans if I knew that I had just absolutely dismantled a 40-year-old IP. I wouldn't want to talk to them either. I'd be like,
and a lot of these guys are such prima donnas that
they are such babies.
God forbid they get criticized by any of the fans.
I know.
Like, Comicsgate started because these prima donna creators couldn't stand how much attention your boy Zach was getting for criticizing the shitty comics they were doing.
Yeah.
Like
and they were shitty.
Yep.
And they were shitty. They needed to be criticized because they were shitty then. Yeah. They're shitty now. And that is why manga is just absolutely annihilating Western comics because they
terrified them. Must have terrified them to see how many people agreed with Zach and, all of a sudden, like, they've gone from people not complaining, not saying anything, to like everyone just like, no, screw you. This sucks.
Exactly. Is that in gaming or what? Of course, Lovebug, I'll take care of you. Don't you worry about it. You shall get your print, good sir. You shall get your print.
Yeah.
No worries.
And it's also got to scare them a little bit that the popularity and success of your comic relies on how good it is now with crowdfunding. If you don't have a good product, people ain't going to buy it.
No, absolutely.
Unfortunately, if it's not more about the story than it is about the whatever kind of cause you're chasing down, which there's a lot of that.
Well, seeing how well that stuff does on Kickstarter, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
No, there's a
you
ton.
Might get the odd one. You might get the odd one by someone like a really well-known artist or writer. You might get the odd comic every now and then that'll make like 20K or whatever.
The ones that do Kickstarter seems like the web comics, like the people in its own way. That's what Comicsgate is people who've sat and built their audience are like kind of online with their fans. Like web comics do well at Kickstarter, but there's a ton of people over there that are trying to preach their SJW message.
Yeah,
and they're like none of them like they're all shouting each other out. It's like nobody cares about that.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit because nobody else whatever life they are living that makes them think the way they do. They haven't been living the reality that everybody else has. They obviously have grown up, and I hate to say this, but obviously, if you think for 1 second that the world is that bad, you are very, very, very much. You have been in a gated community.
There's so many spoiled whiners. They're all spoiled whiners.
They are freaking ridiculous. And it's what gets me is I see men doing it. And I do not want to sound like a bitch, but when I see men acting like that, I lose every bit of respect for them. If you're sitting there crying, like, be a fucking man, rub some dirt in it. It's
a generation of pussies.
It is. Oh my gosh. I don't do well with crying men.
There's a bunch of like socialist elementary school teachers with their participation trophies. Just
I know
they cucked all these little kids, and they never had a chance. Like Pete's like doing a
what
magic
the fuck
act.
are you doing down there?
I figured out why that page was looking crap. It's because I'd messed with the settings and not changed.
Pete is dabbling in the dark arts right now.
Wow, your beard just went black. Oh,
that looks cool.
That does look cool. You look a little bit like the pirate, like how I picture the pirate in my pirate book. Not Pirate Queen, but
my head disappeared. That's all right.
The Invisible Man.
Oh, damn it.
Wrong horror story. Right. Yeah. Sorry to completely derail that.
Shit.
But Pirates of the Caribbean.
There we go. That should be it. There we go.
All right. That's what he says before he gets you in the butt.
Butt pirates. Oh, that just brings me back to high school. Just like he called everyone a butt pirate.
Mm-hmm.
See, if Matt Damon had said butt pirate instead of the F slur, maybe his daughter hadn't chastised him so much and he wouldn't have been trying to get canceled.
They're all going mad at Matt Damon for that. You go back and watch Kevin Smith stuff. Kevin, the biggest of the SJWs. You watch his old stuff. He uses the F word so many times.
Oh yeah, all those old movies, and it's like they're just praying to God that they don't get called out and canceled. Because there's always people out on Twitter. They're just
I've said
waiting.
that a bunch of times recently. That's my new theory. Is the reason Kevin Smith is going so hard at the social justice stuff is because he doesn't want them remembering.
Yeah, he's trying to preemptively.
Yeah,
I'm one of you. Don't cancel me.
It won't work, Kevin. One wrong thing and they're going to screw you.
Well, and Kevin's just trying to stay just keep his name out there. Like he hasn't done anything in so long.
Well, he kind of admitted the other day. He admitted the other day that he's just doing all this stuff so he could get the money to make Clerks 3.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to hang on, and he's going whichever way the wind's blowing. Whatever. Like it's like comic book creators, like what is my editor into? What's he talking about? Like there's so many comic creators out on Twitter that are just signal, whatever their editor thinks they want to hear, because they know all their editors are following what they say on Twitter, and they're just virtue signaling whatever they think will get them their next job because they just want to stay in comics a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's all they're doing. There's no way people really believe this shit.
No.
Because it's not real. It's not reality. If it was, I would be out there, fighting the good cause too with them. But the shit they say is just that. It's bullshit. Yeah. There's no reality to that.
Marvel and DC editors want it reinforced. Comic sales are up. Comic stores are up. Our books are selling. The comic book market is the best it's been in years, and they want all the people that are working for them saying the same thing on Twitter. Just keep spitting out the company line, whether you believe it or not.
There are every day more and more comic book stores are going out of business, especially now with the pandemic and all the businesses closing and all of that. We had one that was semi-closed. We had one in my town. It just straight up closed a couple of years ago. Then we had another one that was really nice, and it was actually doing quite well actually for a comic book store. And pandemic took it. It couldn't, and he was having trouble ordering the books because to order this one, he had to order so many of this one, and then they weren't selling, and he wasn't getting any money back for it. So he was taking all of them to Second and Charles and trying to do the trade. You know what I mean? Like the sell back to them.
Yeah, that's happened a lot actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Just they can't keep up. So no, the big two have done absolutely nothing to help the local comic book stores. Honestly, thank God for Funkos, because I guarantee you Funko Pops are what's keeping the ones that are open. That's what's doing it.
Well, there's a big chain over there, isn't there, where they sell stuff kind of like Dollar Tree, but it's not, where they sell stuff that's going out of stock or that they can't sell anymore. I can't remember what the name is. There's a big chain though, and they Marvel and DC both sell all their stock to them now. So you can get like awesome graphic novels for $1 and stuff like that.
Who is? Do you not remember who it was?
I will find out. It's
find
a really
out who it
well-known
was, because I don't go in those stores often because
I've got a feeling it begins with a W, and I can't remember what it is. It's like
WW, not Walmart, right? Or you would
no. I'll find out and let you know.
Okay, yeah, find out, because maybe I got one somewhere.
Because they got like like trade paperbacks like Daredevil.
They're just like wholesale. They're like just trying to get pennies off the dollar for stuff. Yeah, they're trying to cut their losses on it, basically.
So honestly, if they're not selling back old issues, I don't want anything new that's come out.
That's a lot of what the comic book shops are doing now.
Stuff.
Yeah, all the comic book shops, like they're old issues. Like people are buying the retro stuff. Like they're not buying new stuff anymore. They want to read the comics that. And I mean, I think Marvel and DC are going to go hard into reprints more and more.
I think we're going to see. Yeah, I think we're going to see reprints of all that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much new. They're
not putting good creators and putting money into new stuff, and it's like we're sitting on 30, 40 years of comics here. Let's just reprint and make money.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it, from a business standpoint? God, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Clint and Peter, I have a question for both of y'all. If you could get any IP to work on, if it was just given to you, like, here, it's yours now, do what you want with it, what IP would you want more than any other?
Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter. No.
Hey.
That's a good one.
I mean, I don't really, I just want to do my own stuff, but Swamp Thing would be cool.
Swamp Thing, you would do
I could see you on Swamp Thing big time.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing. Or I've always wanted to do the original script that is it Martin Landis, the guy who did American Werewolf. The original script he wrote for the second film that they looked at and just went, "Now we'll do our own thing," and it was shit. His original script. I would
adapt that into a comic.
Because it was fantastic. Yeah,
I'm always been a superheroes guy, and I'm a Superman fan through and through. I'd love to just do Justice League and do like a multiverse Justice League. Yeah. So like the Crime Syndicate, alternate reality versions of the superheroes and everything, like Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like I would draw the shit out of Crime Syndicate, Justice League. Alternate reality versions of Superman and Batman. I would blow the shit out of that.
I could be down with like Constantine.
Oh yeah.
Or Zatanna or something like that. Something with a bit of magic and
nice grittiness to it. Like your art's got that. Like you would have been perfect for that type of stuff. Or Vampire Hunter, Jack the Ripper.
Don't do it for Vampire Hunter. That's better.
We'll just do our own stuff. It's going to be better.
That's the thing is, I've got that comic that I talked about. It's coming out. It's just an alternate reality version of what I was talking about. So that's the thing with comics is if you don't get to do the stuff for the big two, alternate realities. You just do your version of it.
Yeah, exactly. What's it?
We need to tell you what else we need to start doing as well with our books is we need to start submitting them for Eisner's all the time. Everything you do, submit it.
No, except I have no faith in that system whatsoever.
I know. One of us could get. I mean, what novel could do it?
I think all of those judges, all the submission committee, like that's like the Whisper Network is like all of those people are ingrained in all of that.
Well, they're all getting fired now, though, aren't they? The Whisper Network. Yeah. They're like.
I hate that they're all female. That really bothers me.
Because the first one they fired was a dude. So.
Was there a dude in the Whisper Network?
But there always is. There's always the soy boys in there, but it was a lot of women. It was a lot of bitchy women.
I thought it was all little like mean, bitchy women.
That's what it is. It's the little mean. They're the little mean girls that.
They just want to be Regina George, and they're never going to be. You're Fern Mayo. Shut the fuck up. Sit down, Fern. I mean, seriously. They're Fern Mayos.
Luke, they're bringing us awesome stuff like Arpel O'Neill. So
Artful.
Artful.
How did somebody not fucking catch that? Holy
How many
the
hands-
logo on
How
the
many sets of
logo
eyes?
of the book.
How many sets of eyes looked at that and didn't fucking say anything?
I'm gonna guess nobody even fucking looks at this shit anymore. They don't care. They don't want to read their own shit. It sucks. It's not like we're just saying it sucks because we're mean and we want comics to suck. No, we're saying it sucks because it fucking sucks. And even they know it sucks. I wouldn't want to read it. I mean, there's no way you could put that shit in front of me and be like, here, Mandy, read this. I'd be like, I'd read just enough to make you think I read it and I could answer a couple questions and then done with that piece of shit and I wouldn't touch it again.
And, I thought two more IPs that I'd want as well.
Which one?
Mars Attacks, obviously. Mars Attacks. And if they ever get bored and need someone new to draw The Darkness.
Oh, The Darkness. I want to see you draw a Preacher.
Preacher would be cool.
Preacher would be cool. Your art style would work well for Preacher.
Basically anything nasty, anything dark and nasty.
Dark and nasty, and then sign you up.
Yeah, my version of Mars Attacks would be grisly and gruesome and bloody as hell.
Well, this is the thing is you guys can really kind of just do your own versions of this stuff and just it doesn't have to be like you can have your character that goes out there and deals with the demons and hell coming to earth and angels and the devil and hell and it doesn't have to be necessarily Constantine. It can be your guys' character.
I'm not saying that's where this Jack the Ripper thing could go, but it could.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It could.
There could be more to it than we realize.
Ah, nice. I like to hear that. Dun dun dun. Hints for what's to come. So get in on the ground floor of Jack the Ripper because you don't know where it's going.
That's
There's
right.
only one way to find out.
Grab yourself an original art page from the first book. Because by the time we're on book 7, you're going to regret not buying it.
You'll be retiring off of that.
Yeah, you're going to wish you'd bought it when it was $200 a page.
You'll be like, oh no.
And this is here's another thing for buying original art, and I am guilty of this. I will fully admit it. So many people draw digitally now. Original art is just going to go up because it is going to be scarcer and scarcer.
It is.
For somebody like Peter, who's doing all this amazing work on paper, full inks on everything, like this artwork. There isn't going to be that much of it around because everybody's drawing digital. Peter's still drawing original art. This stuff is going to be worth more. Well, the second you buy it, it'll be worth more than you got it.
Another awesome thing about Comicsgate, we're getting advice. I got advice today from Archie Bear after we finished streaming. We sat and we were talking, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, you add the mist and stuff to the pictures digitally, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "No." He said no, and he told me exactly how to do it all, and have it look exactly the same. Like, right. Job done. Excellent.
Hey, Eric. Thanks for showing up.
Hey, Eric.
Who else is in here? Eric, Walt.
Abominable Grizzly. Holy shit, that is a cool name. The Abominable Grizzly. I like that. That's good.
We gotta go, Mandy.
Yeah, you guys gotta
it is time, ain't it? I don't ever keep up with time, so I'm glad you do.
No worries. Thank you guys so much for coming on tonight.
Love it. Having us.
Everybody in the chat, I'm trying to break 100. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, if you can hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. Jack the Ripper, if you haven't yet. If you haven't checked out Blue Bombshell, go check out Blue Bombshell, and you can back that too. I think we're down to 9 days left in our second campaign, and Mandy and Pete are heading over to Pop XP.
XP, like
Pop
what?
XP. So everybody go.
Now.
Yep, head over and check that out. That'll be a great show too. Thanks for showing up tonight. I'm going to try and be doing a show, at least one show a week. So everybody come back next week and check it out.
Cool.
Yes, you guys please share out this channel across all social media. Let's get Clint some subs. Let's get them monetized so then we can send him super chats to show us his babies.
Just what everybody wants. I'm ending it right there on my movies, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye, y'all.
And I'm going to hit the second button.